Hello, welcome to Balance Scorecard, a review of Macys. We are Red Hat Consulting. The Balance Scorecard is a strategic planning and management system that is used to align business activities to the vision and strategy of the organization, to improve internal and external communications and monitor organization's performance against strategic goals. You can see they are broken down into 4 different categories. We look at it from the financial perspective. We look at it from an internal business process. We look at it from learning and growth and the customer. And as we can see in the middle there, the most important thing is that all of these are aligned with the vision and strategy. Now, as we get into our next slides, you're going to see each one of these broken down, and they're broken down into different sectors, and we will look and define those as objectives, the measurements, how we're going to measure those objectives, what targets we're going to look at meeting, and then different initiatives that were taken on by each of those sectors. So first, we looked at Macys and we said, from the customer's perspective, to achieve our vision, how should we appear to our customers? And what we did was we all went out and actually visited a Macys. And we saw that a big thing that needs to happen is to improve the customer experience. We saw that there were a lot of choices, maybe too many choices for customers at Macys. So one objective would be to carry select brands only, decrease the number of brands, thereby decreasing inventory. And you'll see that as a common theme. And then last is, as we move into this digital world, look at incentives for web-based shopping. And so those were our objectives. So how do we measure it? And you can see there, we listed very clear measurables. And then we take it a step further by saying, okay, we're going to measure this, but what do we want to set our target as? What do we really want to achieve here? And then we start getting a little bit more specific with it. So you can see we'll just do improved customer experience. The measurement, a happy customer spending more money in the store. And then what's the target? We want to increase that base by 5% in 1 year. And then so initiatives, how do we want to see this done? We think it could be done by enhancing communication between employees and the customers. So looking at maybe more of a Nordstrom model. All right, internal process, okay? At what business process must we excel at to drive value for our stakeholders? So a big one here is we wanted to improve efficiency in inventory management processes. So like we said earlier, a ton of inventory in Macys. So you can see our targets there are trying to move from 38.65 to maybe 33 to 35, and then carry less inventory on the floor. Make it more visually appealing for the customers. And then you can see a few of the other suggestions we have here in terms of that one objective, how can we do this? And it's pretty self-explanatory. Financial, all right? To succeed financially, how should we appear to our stakeholders? You can see our objective is total reported sales growth over the prior year. Of course, we want to do better than what we did the year prior. So how do we measure that? We measure that as a percentage of our sales growth. And you can see we want to increase from being in the red to actually going to the black. More importantly, how do we do this? And we think that for Macys to do this effectively, it's going to be through improving that customer engagement. And as you'll see, each of these 4 sectors that we look at, the balanced scorecard shows a very, very clear way of how they are all relating and interacting with each other in a cyclical manner. In order to achieve the vision and objective set forth by the strategy. You can look through here. I'll go skip down. You all can read through this, but improve profitability. How are we going to track this through gross margin percentage of sales? And we line out, increase from 39.10 to 41. And how are we going to do that? Leverage cross-channel sales, improve customer engagement to increase our CLV. All right, so last one, and Aviva's going to not like me because I had to cut it down because she did so much work on this slide. But we can get you more if you're that interested in Macys, but I'm sure you all are busy with your own frameworks and trying to accomplish so much in so little time. But if you look here, we have ownership on employee engagement to attract new customers and promote new initiatives to enhance the customer experience. You'll see that for our employee learning and growth, it's very much going to align with what we feel as our customers want. As you saw earlier, we kind of looked at that, maybe implementing something like a Nordstrom model. So how do we do this? Very easily, we measure it through testimonials and increased site visits. How many customers are actually shopping with us, and then recognition rewards to employees for standout performance. This is a very sounds pretty simplistic, but these small things are really going to help us meet that objective. So our target is to highlight at least 2 success stories per month. That's for our sales teams out there. And then we also want to reach an untapped market. So, for instance, I was talking to my wife about her perception of Macys, and she would fit into this. She really has indifferent, has no loyalty to a particular store. And then we want to, how we're going to do this, we're going to start looking at social media and attracting customers via social media platforms, developing new marketing tactics, and doing more events in the store. So with that, we thank you. We look forward to hearing from all of you all. Have a great day.